Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Billionchants. Today is Saturday, August 29th, 2020. I'll be your host for today. My name's Kish, and I'm honored to be here. Today is a beautiful day to do some chanting, and I'm most excited to share that we've crossed 10 million chants. I'll say that again, 10 million chants. I'll show you the website and the log count. But those of you who have been joining every day, it's thanks to you, even the one-timers, thanks to you for coming on, chanting with us, logging your chants. So huge milestone, and we're that much closer to our lofty goal of 1 billion chants. So before we get into today's session with our awesome guest, Mr. Parag Shah, I want to share just a little bit. As I mentioned, I've done some research on chanting, and again, there's so much like a wealth of information, really good scientific data that comes out on why chanting is so effective and powerful. But it is kind of hard to sift through, and you don't know what's that good. So I kind of try to distill some to share with you all today. So one thing I thought was really cool. So Harvard did a study on Buddhist and Vedic chanting, and they found that when you chant, there is something called the psycho and neuro-linguistic effect, which is basically your mind, the rhythm and energy that your mind is functioning with, and the rhythm and energy your body is functioning with, they sync up, they become in tune. And that's because of the repetitive chanting. It has a rhythm, and it produces like a constant energy frequency that your body and mind can tap into. I thought it was cool because we hear vibration and frequency and we associate it with spirituality, but it's actually very deeply rooted in scientific thinking and knowledge. Another study also found it literally cures us from the inside out. When like inexperienced chanters, their chromosomes, like their genetic DNA, ages at a slower rate. Their brains handle stress and fear. They don't respond to it as much. And their brains are just healthier and younger. Someone with a brain of a 20-year-old actually looks like they have a brain of a 10-year-old if they've been chanting since their childhood. So there are profound effects to get from chanting beyond just the spiritual. So if you're not already convinced, I know you're here, you're ready to chant. So let's get started, okay? I'd like to bring on our guest for today. Here we go. Hello. Namaste.
Hi. Hello. Thank you, Kish, for that wonderful introduction and an amazing insight into the scientific value of chanting. I'll share my own personal experience over the
Please
past
do.
30 years or so of
Yeah.
doing chanting. I love chanting, and for me, chanting is just another form of a pranayama.
Mm.
And all of us know the value of pranayama. It is in the Western world, it's called cardiac coherence breathing, something like that. It's amazing how it does clear up your prana inside out, as you just mentioned. And if you can put that in scientific terms, it boils down to all the things you just mentioned. Um, I am so excited. I follow His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, who is a world-renowned spiritual and humanitarian leader, and he says that if nothing else works in the world for you, just chant Om Namah Shivaya. And that's what we're going to do today. It's not like we are at the end of the world, but we are enjoying, rejoicing the bliss that comes from this ancient chant. So, shall we start?
Sure. That was amazing. I couldn't have said it better myself. I'll just quickly tell the fans about who you are and your background.
Mhm.
So, would I wasn't sure, where are you at right now? Like, where are you joining us from?
Sure. I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. I live in Santa Clara, California.
Okay, nice. And I saw, do you work at Apple right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's awesome. I hope to be there one day. Um,
Sure.
yeah. So I saw actually you studied at Vivekananda Education Society,
Mhm.
computer engineering. You
Yeah.
got a master's in CS from Georgia Institute of Technology,
Mhm.
which is really cool. That Vivekananda Education Society, I'm sure that was awesome.
Yeah, I think the formative years that I've had influences from towering personalities. I went to Vivekananda Education Society Institute of Technology, where it was different from a regular engineering college. There was a lot more emphasis on values, on dedication, on discipline, and there were, I must admit, a lot of brilliant minds around me. So I learned from a lot of people around me. I learned the value of rigor, the value of scientific insight, as well as rooting yourself in your values. And I think that's what carries me through. Of course, my journey with the Art of Living Foundation with Sri Sri has been special, and it's been the primary thing that has been driving my own spiritual growth for the past however many years that I've been with the Art of Living. And yes, that I think where you come from also speaks a lot about your experiences and your challenges that you might have gone through. So life is nothing without challenges, right? You don't have it would be a boring movie, right? So yes, Vivekanand was a great experience. There were many challenges, but at the same time, there was a lot of learning experiences, and I would definitely attribute some of my growths to that.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'd love to pick your brain about that more after the show.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I could go on and on. He's a volunteer with Art of Living and OBBI, lifelong meditator, loves music, and also puts a big emphasis on balancing work and life. And as I mentioned, a senior software architect at Apple. So really cool guy, awesome resume, and very knowledgeable. So I'm excited to hear you chant, Parag. So please take it away as we get one step closer to a billion chants to heal the world.
Thank you, Kish, for that wonderful introduction. And we shall begin now. Let's all close our eyes, big smile, and just soak in the moment. In some parts of the world, it's morning, and in some, it's afternoon or night. Let's take a deep breath in and let go. Another deep breath in and out. And we'll begin. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya.
नमश्चण्डिकायै ॐ मार्कण्डेय उवाच यद्गुह्यं परमं लोके सर्वरक्षाकरं नृणाम् यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकं देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व महामुने प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गा प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणैव महात्मना अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये गतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गता न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि येस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिप्रजायते प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्रियगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा, कौमारी शिखिवाहना, ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम् खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शाङ्घमायुधमुत्तमम् दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्षे शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयाम् अग्निदेवता दक्षिणेवतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षे वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्षकौबेरी ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षे अधस्ताद्वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षे चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे जाग्रतहस्तातु विजयास्तातु पृष्ठतः अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखां मे द्योतिनी रक्षेत् उमा मूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेद्यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके शङ्किनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयो द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षे कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्टे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठमध्ये तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामायां च तालुके कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षेत् वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशी धनुर्धरी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिका नलकोबरी खड्गधारिण्युभौ स्कन्दौ बाहौ मे वज्रधारिणी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षेत् अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीस्तथा नखाचूलेश्वरी रक्षेत् कुक्षौ रक्षेन्नलेश्वरी स्तनौ रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी मनःशोकविनाशिनी हृदयं ललिता देवी उदरं शूलधारिणी नाभौ च कामिनी रक्षे गुह्यं गुह्येश्वरी तथा कट्यां भगवती रक्षे जानुनी विन्ध्यवासिनी भूतनाथा च मे ब्रह्मे ऊरू महिषवाहिनी जङ्गे महाबला प्रोक्ता सर्वकामप्रदायिनी गुल्फयो नारसिंही च पादौ चामिततेजसी पादाङ्गुली श्रीमे रक्षे पादाधस्तलवासिनी नखान्दंष्ट्रकराली च केशांश्चैवोर्ध्वकेशिनी रोमकूपेषु कौबेरी त्वचं वागेश्वरी तथा रक्तमज्जावसा मांसानि अस्ति मेदांसि पार्वती अन्त्राणि कालरात्रिश्च पित्तं च मुकुटेश्वरी पद्मावती पद्मकोशे कफे चूडामणिस्तथा ज्वालामुखी नखज्वाला अभेद्या सर्वसन्धिषु शुक्रं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् छायां चत्रेश्वरी तथा अहङ्कारं मनोबुद्धिं रक्ष मे धर्मचारिणी प्राणापानौ तथा व्यानं समानो दानमेव च यशकीर्तिं च लक्ष्मीं च सदा रक्षतु वैष्णवी गोत्रमिन्द्राणि मे रक्षेत् पशून् मे रक्ष चण्डिके पुत्रान् रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी भार्यां रक्षतु भैरवी मार्गं क्षेमकरी रक्षे विजया सर्वतः स्थिता रक्षाहीनं तु यत्स्थानं वर्जितं कवचेन तु तत्सर्वं रक्ष मे देवी जयन्ती पापनाशिनी पदमेकं न गच्छेत्तु यदिच्छेच्छुभमात्मनः कवचेनावृतो नित्यं यत्र यत्राधिगच्छति तत्र तत्रार्थलाभश्च विजयः सार्वकामिकः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितं परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यते भूतले पुमान् निर्भयो जायते मर्त्यः सङ्ग्रामेष्वपराजितः त्रैलोक्ये तु भवेत् पूज्यः कवचेनावृतः पुमान् इदं तु देव्याः कवचं देवानामपि दुर्लभम् यः पठेत् प्रयतो नित्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः दैवी कला भवेत् तस्य त्रैलोक्येऽप्यपराजितः जीवेद्वर्षशतं साग्रमपमृत्युविवर्जितः नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः स्थावरं जङ्गमं वापि कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् आभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराः खेचराश्चैव जलजाश्चोपदेशिकाः सहजाः कुलजामालाः शाकिनी डाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचराघोरा डाकिन्यश्च महाबलाः ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्वराक्षसाः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेतालाः कूष्माण्डा भैरवादयः नश्यन्ति दर्शनात् तस्य कवचे हृदि संस्थिते मानो नतिर्भवेद्राज्ञः तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् तावत्तिष्ठति मेदिन्या सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यं महामाया प्रसादतः
Hi, sorry, some technical difficulties.
No worries.
I hope everybody enjoyed Devi Kavacham and the chanting. Parag, any comments?
Yeah, so it was amazing. I just went into a meditation while the chanting was going on, and it was really amazing. I loved being here and sharing with everyone this beautiful energy. And I wish you all the best with reaching 1 billion soon.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we still have a long way to go. So any prayers, good luck helps. So thank you.
Yes, definitely. I would love to come back here as well.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Plan on it.
Sure.
So yeah, thank you. I guess I'll
Thank you
ask a
very much.
question just for me.
Mhm.
So you seem pretty serious about like spirituality and your own personal growth.
Mhm.
Were you always like that, or was there like a turning point where you kind of came to that?
So I think in everyone's life, everyone is spiritual in my observation.
Hmm.
It's like everyone is spiritual to a certain extent. They are learning constantly. Each event, each transaction in life brings some give and take, right?
Yeah.
And whether it's energy or whether it's whatever, right? And people are learning on their own. They are in their own space. However, when you get a Sadguru like His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar in your life, that learning starts becoming even more, I would say, fast.
Hmm.
I mean, fast is a very, rough or a very amorphous term here. It's more like it's very enriched.
Yeah,
Like it
intense.
has more dimensions, it has
Mm.
more vibrancy, there's more, more of everything comes into your life. So I think for me it started gradual. So when I started in back in the year 2000, I did my first program of I learned Sudarshan Kriya. I was just like in a way experimenting with myself, saying, hey, what can I do better now? How can I be better?
Mm.
uh, and I think that was just the beginning. When I started chanting, like in satsangs, that's when I realized the power of sound on the human nervous system. And what you just mentioned is just what was happening when you were mentioning the scientific value of it, right? That was happening inside of me, and I wanted it more and more. And that helped me grow as an individual. In addition to that, of course, the biggest contributor to my growth was His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Kashankar's presence. I met him many times. I did many courses with him. It helped me expand my vision. And I think developing a vision is very essential for every human being. Most of the times you're caught up in the day to day of every day. We don't set a vision for our life. It could be a lofty vision that someone like a Sadguru gives you, or you can formulate your own. But having a lofty vision that moves not only yourself, but people around you and the whole world in a big, in a new, in an amazingly better and more powerful direction. I think that's what's important, and that's what happened for me in a very gradual way as I picked up and I learned from all of my experiences. Whenever I had challenges, I would look inward and see, hey, what can I do to improve? How can I be better? How can I be good at relationships, or how can I be good at communication or whatnot? And I think that's where once you become a lifelong learner of life, it kind of starts to unfold. And at some point, it accelerates when you start becoming like an active contributor, like becoming an art of living teacher or something like that. That's when that growth accelerates to a point where you are now in a completely different level than before. So I think that was what happened for me. Once I became a teacher, it became even more solid inside of me, and because now I had to exemplify it literally every moment, right? And that brings a completely new dimension of understanding the knowledge, imbibing it, and seeing it manifest in your own life.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful answer. I really love your first point. Like, everybody is spiritual, in their own way, in their whatever dimension of life they're in that space. That's their spirituality. That's amazing. And I think the point about the vision also, like a kind of a why, right? A purpose, like a inspiration. That's really insightful. So thank you for sharing. I could honestly go on and on asking questions, but I value your time, and I know everybody has places to be. So thank you so much for joining. We're definitely going to have you back on again. I'm going to pick your brain a lot more. So thank you for the beautiful chanting, wisdom, and everything else.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope to come back again, and we will definitely get to a billion chants.
Okay.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So, as always, I'm going to share a little bit about where we are with Billionchants and the different projects going on. So, give me 1 second because I want to show it a little bit differently today. So, first is okay. So, if you go on our website, you can see our current chanting count, 10,015,000. So really amazing work, everyone. The progress is really building. We were at 9.75 million yesterday. So that's a huge growth in just one day. So, the numbers are really adding up, and your inspiration and dedication is really showing. So I really appreciate that. And on that note, please make sure you log your chants. You too, Parag, log your chants here on the website, your name, and 108 chants for today. So make sure you do that. And also, we got questions about how to get involved in the different seva opportunities, other than just the normal normal COVID-19 relief fund. So here, if you go to overseasvbi.org/COVID-19, you can see all of the different initiatives OVBI is involved in, and I'll put the link in the chat just in case you want it. So if you go on this website, you'll see all the different initiatives OVBI is doing both here in the US and in India. So if you go to this button, it will take you to the same link on the website where it's the general COVID-19 Relief Fund donation. But for those of you who want to be involved in different kinds of projects and maybe see the different ways to get involved, there's the plasma donor match, face masks, PPE, gear donation to hospitals, food bank donation, providing meals for healthcare workers. And that's just in the US. In India, India innovates to fight COVID-19. So a lot of different things. And just some numbers for you. The healthcare worker support has given over 4,000 PPE kits and meals donated. The plasma donor match has given over 400 patients matches in the US and in India. Overseas student support has given 850 students help with their basic necessities. And the food bank support has over 25,000 meals donated. So really amazing ways to get involved and initiatives that are really making an impact. So please, Seva is an opportunity to not only help yourself, but help the world, make your environment a better place. So we really encourage you to get involved. We hope this helps those of you who asked. And if not, you can always just go on the Billionchants page and just click this big blue button and you'll get a very similar result. So again, we want to thank everyone for joining today, taking the time and dedicating yourself to this amazing project of getting to 1 billion chants. We're at 10 million. I'm not good at math, but that's a lot closer to 1 billion. I think maybe 10%, maybe Parag knows. But we're getting there. So I can't express it enough. We really appreciate everyone joining, doing what they can to get involved and just chant with us and create this positive environment. So thank you again for joining. Thank you for your time. And we hope everyone has a beautiful and peaceful day from all of us at the Billionchants team. Thank you and namaste. Jai Gurudev.